Hi everybody, I'm Sarah Haddis and I'm here with Lauren Murphy, a very successful MMA fighter with 9 wins and only 3 losses. How are you doing, Lauren?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, so Lauren, as I just said, you're very successful in MMA fighting and you've had 3 or 4 UFC fights?
4 now.
4 now, okay. So a little bit of history about you. You were the first to win the Bantamweight weight champion for the Invicta Championships?
Yes. So Invicta is a fighting promotion that was all women, and it was the first really big promotion that showcased only women in MMA. And in my weight class, the bantamweight division, I was the first one to win the championship in that weight class for this really prominent promotion that was the first of its kind.
What made you decide to become a fighter? Like, who was Lauren Murphy before fighting?
That's a good question. Before I started to fight, I was a student. I was going to college. I was in nursing school. I smoked a pack a day. I was a heavy smoker. I was drinking, and I have a son, and he's 15 now. But back when I started, he was about 8 or 9, and I always wanted to do martial arts when I was a kid. And as I grew up, you know, it just for a variety of reasons never happened for me, and I fell into some bad habits. And so finally one day I just said, well, I never got to be a martial artist, so you're gonna do it. I'm gonna live vicariously through you. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll do the adult class just to support you and help my son get interested. Well, he hated it. He did not want to stick around, and I loved it. Like, I loved rolling around. It just surprised me how much I enjoyed it. And I started going every day, and then a few months later I joined the fight team.
Doing some research, I found something about you being a firefighter before. What was that like?
That was insane. It was literally the hardest thing I've ever done. To me, it was harder than any fight camp I've ever had. I was a wildland firefighter in Alaska.
Do you think those experiences have transferred over into your fighting passions and motivation?
Absolutely. I did a 10-mile Indian run with food poisoning. I felt like I was gonna die, and I cried, and I'm not saying I did the run perfectly, because I didn't. I cried, I wanted to stop, I didn't stop. I finished the run that day, and it was literally the hardest thing I've ever done. And so sometimes when I'm having a really tough sparring round here in the gym, or I'm doing a cardio workout or something and I feel like I can't do anymore, I think about that Indian run and how like I had to really dig deep and push myself really hard and overcome, you know, the mentality of I can't do this, and stay positive, and how I finished that run that day. And it always like motivates me to finish my round or to finish my workout, and not only finish it, but to try and blow it out of the water.
So your husband, Joe, he was your trainer.
Yeah.
So how is that, having a family where you all have one love and like what's the life in the Murphy household?
My whole life is centered around martial arts right now, and I think that's a good thing. For me, it's a very good thing. You know, there's a lot of things we could be focused on that we're not. It's a very positive environment. I think we've all made a lot of growth. It's brought us closer as a family. It gives us stuff to talk about. It's been cool for me to watch my son grow in martial arts. You know, it's crazy. We might have ended up in a completely different situation. You know, we might have ended up with a much worse life than we have today, but we didn't. And I'm just grateful every day.